Hey guys, and welcome to the video. This is going to be another Sydney cycling guide, which adds to my series of guides where I go around Sydney, showcase some of my favourite routes, and also show you guys everything that you need to know from how to get there, how to do the route, and also where my favourite cafes are along the way. This series has been really popular with people. I get people messaging me all the time saying that these videos are useful, so I'm just going to keep making them because it seems like you guys enjoy it. What do you think of when you think of Sydney? I think a lot of people would say it's synonymous with the bridge, the beaches, and the bay. The pastries. Today I've got a pretty cool ride to show you guys. We are going to the northern beaches of Sydney, and I'm going to show you some of the most beautiful beaches and lookouts along the way, as well as one of my all-time favourite cafes, which is in Manly. I'm going to show you two versions of this route, one which is quite nice and short, it takes about an hour and a half, and you can probably knock it over in the morning before work. And then I'm going to show you one that's got a little bit of an extension to it, which goes to North Head, which is one of the most beautiful lookouts in Sydney, and will make the route about 2 hours long. I did this ride on a Friday morning with some of the other ride leaders from Pastries.CC, so why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. If these kind of rider guides are something that is useful for you, or you just enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel heaps, and it is much appreciated. We're starting our ride at St Leonard's Park, and the first 5 kilometers is going to go down to Spit Bridge along Military Road. This is the part of the video where I'm going to highlight to you that Military Road is a really busy road, and I definitely would not do this ride during peak hour traffic. Definitely keep it early in the morning. If you're looking for an alternate route, there are some back streets, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you the main route there. Once we get over Spit Bridge, we have to do a really steep, short climb up the aptly named Battle Boulevard. This will take us up to Sea Falls, and from here we can get onto Burnt Bridge Creek Deviation, Condamine Street, and then our final destination, which is onto Pittwater Road. Pittwater Road will pretty much take us all the way to the northern beaches. Pittwater Road definitely doesn't have the best of surface qualities. There's a few potholes and there's lots of ruts on the road, so it can be quite bumpy. This part of the ride is just under 10 kilometers, and once we travel along Pittwater Road and we get to Hawkesbury Avenue, we'll be turning right off that main road and we'll be heading up some of the back streets. This will take us to DY, where a brand new installed cycleway runs along the beach, and will also take us to our first viewpoint. DY is a really beautiful beach. It's one that I grew up spending a lot of time at, and there's this awesome rock pool right by the water's edge. We're going to leave DY Beach now and go up a steep climb and follow the coastline to the next beach, which will be Cocoa Beach. This part of the route does have a bike lane that's next to the road, and there's also some sections which are shared bike with cars. We're going to ride along here for about 5 kilometers before we get to our next stop. Our next viewpoint is at the southern side of Cocoa Beach and has an awesome view of Freshwater Beach, which is to the south of it, as well as Manly, which is going to be our destination where our cafe is. I actually didn't know that this lookout point existed, but one of the guys on our ride, he told me about it, and you can access it from the car park on this headland. I think you'll agree with me, the view is spectacular, and it's hard not to just stand here for a few minutes and just take it all in. Alright, that's enough of my mucking around. I know what you guys are really here for. You're here for the pastries. And the good news for us is that it is not too far away. A few more turns in the road and we head down to Manly Beach. Manly is a spectacular beach. It's actually a really big beach and it's known for its surfing. There's all these beach sports like volleyball and like plenty of restaurants in the area as well. This also means it's a very busy beach, and one thing that is a bit dangerous to cyclists is all these cars that are parked perpendicular to the curb. Just watch out for them because sometimes people just reverse out without any warning. We're entering Manly from the northern side of the beach and we're going to head almost all the way to the southern side where our cafe is. Today I'm going to show you guys Rollers, which is one of my favorite bakeries, probably in my top 3. One of the things that I love is that they make really good savory options as well as sweet. My go-to suggestion for savory is the garlic knot, and if you're feeling like something sweet, you can't go wrong with the cinnamon croissant. Today I'm going to try something brand new that I've never had before, which is the lemon monkey bread. There's plenty of room outside the cafe to park your bikes, and you can sit inside and enjoy the ambiance. Another great thing about this cafe is it is frequented by a lot of cyclists, and as you see here in the video, it wasn't too long before some other friends rocked up. Now, if you've got a little bit of extra time up your sleeve, I highly recommend riding to North Head. There is going to be a steep climb to get there, but it is 100% worth it because it is one of the most beautiful views in Sydney. So instead of going to Rollers, I'd recommend you do this beforehand and then reward yourself afterwards. Otherwise you might struggle getting up the hill, but you have to go up Darley Street, followed by North Head Scenic Drive. This takes you into the beautiful Sydney Harbour National Park, and they've just recently redone all the asphalt here as well as the car park. Here's some footage of me doing it on another day with my friends, and it's just spectacular. You get this amazing vista of the Pacific Ocean. Sydney CBD is all the way on the horizon, and you can see South Head as well, which is the most northern section of the eastern beaches. This channel is the inlet into Sydney Harbour, so there's plenty of ferries going through it as well as cruise ships and the occasional oil tanker. To get home, we're going to ride back along Manly Beach, turning left onto Pine Street and then right onto Pittwater Road. This is going to take us onto the back streets through Balgowlah on some of the quieter roads. We're going to go up Wanganella Street and then turn right onto Sydney Road, which will lead us back to the Spit Bridge. Something to note is that the Spit Bridge does open occasionally throughout the day, so try and plan your trip around this, otherwise you might have to wait 15 to 20 minutes. Once you're over Spit Bridge, you're almost home. You have to ride up Pirrawee, which is one of my favourite climbs in Sydney. It's not too steep, but it's a nice gradual gradient. And then in the Strava files that I'm going to provide you guys, I'm going to give you 2 different options to get back. One, which is the most straightforward, which is riding along Military Road, but I understand that some people aren't confident riding on busy roads and in traffic. And the other way is to take some of the back streets, which is a lot more hilly and longer, but it will definitely be safer. It puts you on quieter roads, which are designated as shared bike and car roads. Both the Strava routes end back at St Leonard's Park. And if you do this ride, I hope you enjoy it, have a safe one, and also enjoy a good pastry at Rollers and also the views along the way. That's going to be the end of the video, guys, but I hope you found it informative. Why don't you let me know in the comments below if there's another route in Sydney that you think I've missed out on and I should really be making a video about. I'm very open to suggestions. Alright guys, stay safe out there and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.